Well, we've got your back this morning. School will be back in session before we know it, just a few weeks away. And we all want to make sure our child gets off to a good start because this could have a big impact over their academic year. Joining us now, Michelle Segalin, the founder of Successful Study Skills for Students. All the S's, right?
4 S's.
The 4 S's. And you've got 4 ways on how people can get their kids off to the right start of the school year. Thank you, Michelle. Thanks for being here.
Thank you, Stephanie. It's a pleasure to be back.
Of course. So, okay, first off, you say set goals. I mean, how long-term goals are we talking about? Are we talking about, goals for the next 2 weeks or goals for the year?
Well, there's still time to get ready for school before school starts. So right now, parents should be sitting down with their student and setting goals, maybe small goals. We don't want to have a huge goal like getting straight A's. That would be almost unsurmountable and maybe daunting for a student. So maybe setting small goals such as how do you prepare for school, making sure you don't forget homework assignments at home, making sure your goal is to keep your locker all organized this year, making sure that you finish all your homework assignments and so forth. And remember, small goals are really important as opposed to bigger goals, as I mentioned, because a long journey begins with a single step, and we want students to be able to achieve these goals.
And maybe not a lot of goals, just a handful that could really make a difference?
Exactly, exactly, because maybe the goal is to really participate in class and to do well on quizzes as opposed to be an honor student by the end of the year. Not that that's not terrific, but maybe smaller goals are more achievable.
And maybe write them down and have a visual reminder of them every day.
Exactly.
Like
We're actually going to
on the refrigerator?
Exactly.
All right.
Exactly.
So, and then the next tip was get into a good studying routine. So I take it that could even be a goal.
That is totally a goal. That's absolutely correct. A good studying routine is good to get into a rhythm so that the student starts putting a structure in place and develops good study habits. For example, a routine can be to take notes in all classes or to take notes in reading assignments, which will help them focus and pay attention, or write summaries at the end of their notes, or just making sure that they study at the same time and place every day.
And learn and practice good study skills. Is that similar, or how is that different?
Well, right. Our number 3 tip is to practice good study skills. It all goes together, but this is just a little bit different. We encourage students to plan, manage their time, organize, and apply executive functioning skills. So good study skills, again, could be note-taking when reading, note-taking when listening, which are very different skills to practice, writing summaries, making sure they understand everything that's going on in the classroom, which means self-advocating, writing summaries, making flashcards.
Flashcards are huge. That was always my big trick, because if you write it down and then you use it, it's perfect.
Exactly.
You absorb it all.
And flashcards are portable, so if you're traveling around for a game or you can do flashcards with friends on Skype, so they're really terrific.
I need to bring back the flashcards for things, I think. Make sure your student knows how to manage time. I feel like all of this kind of goes along together, but that's kind of self-explanatory, right?
Yes, managing time is huge. So many students decide that that they can remember all their assignments and that they don't take the time to write them down in a planner. And by the way, planning and managing time, we absolutely insist in our workshops that students use a planner, but it can be paper, it can also be electronic. So it could be their phone, their tablets, their computers, as long as they're chunking apart their work and they are seeing what's coming up tomorrow, next week, the week after, that's time management. And skills for school, tools for life, it's not only for now, but it's for college and it's for your career.
How tough is it for a parent in the beginning of the school year to kind of also, keep these reminders in front of their students? How do you make your student kind of self-motivating instead of being the one that's always kind of bringing it down to from the top, if you know what I mean?
Right.
Is that tough? That's got to be tough.
Well, I think first of all is to make sure that your student has the skills necessary to do the job, and to make sure that they do know how to study. Studying is not just flipping through a book the day before a test. Studying is studying over time, managing time, self-advocating, asking questions of the teacher. And I think if the student already has the skills necessary to do the job, then already that's much more motivating. And that the parent can maybe even, when the student comes home from school, what happened in class today? Maybe just pick one subject. What was an interesting question that you asked? And just show interest. I think that's very important, and it keeps the student motivated.
Maybe, like you said, one question, maybe not bombard them with several.
Absolutely.
Because I feel like that could maybe get a little overwhelming.
Absolutely. We actually have a couple of ebooks that are available, no cost, free completely. Students, parents can go to our website, s4studyskills.com, and find the ebooks, Transitioning Your Student to Middle School, Transitioning Your Student to High School. They're free, and it gives you more in-depth tips on what you can do to encourage your student to have a great first semester.
Well, we hope everyone has a great first semester. I know a lot of kids, some are excited, maybe others are not so excited, but maybe if they get the study skills down, they'll be a little bit more excited.
We hope so. We hope so.
All right, Michelle, thank you. Always some great advice. And for more advice, you can always head to our website, wtnh.com. And for everything back to school related, you can head there as well. We've got some great tips on our website.